project which I'm going to talk about, it's really a good a family concept and also a luxurious investment project. Here, the price starts from $46,000 and goes up to $304,000. The option starts from 1+0, which is like studio, and also to the maximum there like 4.5+1, which is usually a double X. The net meter square, the gross meter squares are the minimum ones are for 41 meters square till 271 meters square. The project looks somewhat like this. So this is the demo of the project. It's going to be, as you can see, uh, all the red blinked area over there. It's going to be commercial under the project. And over there, these are the residential blocks. Inside there, they have swimming pools, social facilities, and each and everything. Whatever you want, you have it over there for your family, for your own extracurricular activities, each and everything. So now I'm going to come to the project details. The project is basically built in emerging area Istanbul. And the location is really premium because just in front of it, like just a distance of 200 meters squares, there's going to be a metro line, like the subway, which we know in the world standard. And after that, on the by walk of 5 to 10 minutes, you have the metro line, which is considered as the E5 metro bus. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, as I have discussed in my previous videos about the essential and the importance of E5 and E80. That what are they basically, and what do they basically mean for Istanbul? So if you haven't watched it, I would recommend you to go back and watch them because that's going to be a really good asset for you in analyzing to invest in which area of Istanbul. Like that's going to give you a clear picture that which side is better for your point of view, like let's say your investment point of view. So I will move on with the project details, not going further on into the general information about Istanbul's location. The number of blocks are 27 basically. The delivery date is expected to be like the whole blocks and the whole phases when they're going to be delivered. It's like December 2022. Land area is 67,000 meter squares, and number of units are 683 units. The green area is 12,000 meters square, which is enormous and which is considered really good for a project, especially in the centralized area of Istanbul. And the types I already told about it, that it starts from studio and goes up till 4.5+1, which includes like 2+1, 3+1, 3.5+1. And the price starts from $46,000 and goes away. So there is a little bit surprise actually if you continue watching this video. It's about the price and the cost and how you can manage them in order to buy this property, and it's going to be mentioned at the end of the video if you follow it. I will keep continuing the presentation. Okay, so as I said, the location is really premium. What I meant to say is that it's basically near to hospital, universities, schools, markets. As I said, it's like under the project, let's say the front face of the project, there's going to be commercial areas. So like, which are like actually not a normal, let's say, locally managed some stores, but which are going to be the branded ones as well. For example, Starbucks, Carrefour, and like Verdun, Kaufland, and like let's say Bauhaus. Some such kind of brands will be coming under the project. Further on, West Marina is just 1 kilometer away from this project, and one of the really very much preferred and let's say utilized mall in Istanbul is Akpatı Mall, and it's just 5 minutes from this project. And Tem Highway is, as I said, like E80 is basically known as Tem Highway in let's say as a nickname in Turkey, and it's just 1 kilometer away from there. So like basically when you see Tem Highway and E80 Highway, they're basically one and the same thing. Just don't get confused with that. I will further on move with the social facilities of this project. Swimming pools, open and closed, parking, fitness area, cafe and restaurants, children playground, and of course, security 24/7. So it's basically like a package as a whole. If you're a foreigner and if you're an expat in Istanbul and you want to look for a life where like you can have everything at one point where you don't want to go far away from your place and you want everything under your feet, this is actually a good project. This is actually a really good option for that, for you and for your family settling up with you. This is going to be the visual of the project. As you can see, it's going to look like this from the front. As I said, like the under areas, they're going to be the commercials and let's say textiles related to like clothes, uh, food, restaurants, mobile phone brands, and a lot of like whatever you think of for shopping, you have under the project already delivered over there. I don't know if you can see this M logo in this picture, which is like basically red, blue, and white in color. That is basically a logo for subway metro. So like whenever you see this, just get an idea that this is basically consisting of a subway metro. Okay. All right. So this is going to be the inside, let's say in the middle of the blocks, the swimming pool and good green area visuality with it. This is going to be the entrance of the project. Basically, the entrance, I don't know if it's how it's being delivered right now in presentation as a 3D, but when you visit the project and like personally and personal means, you will see that the entrance has some really artistical touch in it. It's more like I don't know if you have like interest in the old castles, or let's say like they have big entrances and like a lot, much maintained and really well operated. It has this kind of like, let's say, a cultural historical touch and of course the modern touch in it. So it's like really really beautiful and elegant to see. All right, so this is the project in general from let's say the bird eye view. Yeah. So this is the surprise which I was actually talking about, and like I wanted you guys to follow up this video, and I'll let you know about the prices over here, which will help you a lot in buying this property. So first of all, let me tell you that the B, C, and A blocks, they are arranged in a way that B block is delivered like earlier than A block. Like basically, B and C blocks going to be delivered first, and A blocks going to be delivered in the end. So what do I mean by that? As you can see in the screen, that blocks from B till 5, they're considered as first stage. For example, B1, B2, B3, B4, and B5. They're the first stage blocks. And here, the payment plans are really good. 50% down payment and 12 months of installments. As you can see, the type and prices are also mentioned over there. It's like 2 plus 1 and 3.5 plus 1. It starts 2 plus 1 starts like 100 meters square and goes up to 162 meters squares as a gross. By the way, they're not net meter square. I would like to mention it again. 3.5 plus 1 has standard, and that is 175 meters squares. You cannot go further than that and lower than there as well in this project. So the price ranges, as you can see, they are like from $990,000 lira till 105, sorry, 1,590,000 Turkish lira. That's for 2 plus 1. Now comes up for 3.5 plus 1. It starts from 1.7 million lira and goes up to 1.8 million lira. Believe me, these prices are really, really, really reasonable for such kind of project at such kind of location. Uh, I don't know if you guys have any idea about Ascenur, but this project is really something different and really much, authentic rather than any other project. Believe me, it's amazing. It's my favorite. And now coming up to the second phase, which is like B6, B7, B8, B9, B10, B11, and C1 and C2. So the second stage basically consists of B block and C block, like two blocks of C, like say C1 and C2. So I'm going to start with the payment plans for the second phase as well, which are actually type and prices are 2 plus 1, 3.5 plus 1, 4.5 plus 1. So as you can see, the meter squares, they starts from 100 meter squares and goes up till 271 meter squares. They're enormous, really, really good spaces to live in with your families. So here, The payment plan is different. It's 35% down payment and 18 months installment plan because the delivery is going to be in December 2021. As for the first stage, the delivery was like it's already moved in. It's ready to move in and it's delivered. So that was the reason for 50% down payment and 12 months installment. And here it's going to be delivered in December 2021. So the 35% down payment plus the 18 months of installment is being applied over here. So the prices, as you can see, starts from 2 plus 1 from 980 and goes to 1.3 million lira. And then from 3.5 plus 1, it starts for 1.7 million lira and goes up to 1.8 million lira. Now coming up to the 4.5 plus 1, which is like the enormous size of a unit in this project, it starts from 2.2 million lira and goes up to 2.6. So now we come to the, let's say, third stage, third phase of the project, and it is basically A1, A2, A3, A4, A6, A7, sorry, A7, A8, A9, and A10. What are they? They're basically the blocks. Okay, and the stages of these blocks are mentioned in this presentation. If you guys would like to have a clear idea that which block is coming in which state, you can just stop the video, check it with the meter squares, prices, and the delivery date mentioned on the rightmost. The delivery date is mentioned on the rightmost. So here, the payment method is in such a way that 35% down payment and amazing plan, which is like 30 months of installment. This is something really good. If you have time, if you think that, okay, I don't want to, like, I don't have any obligation to shift right away into my apartment, which I'm thinking to buy, what you can do is that you can go for the third plan. And if you have a time, let's say of 1.5 or let's say 2 years, something like this, I would recommend you to go for the third stage and third phase because the prices are much, much, much more reasonable, and it's going to be really good and really good to utilize for further on investments as well. So as you can see, the studio starts it's basically 41 meter squares, and it starts from 405 thousand Turkish lira, goes to 435,000 Turkish lira. As you can see, like depending on the, let's say, the font and the view of the apartment, let's say the floor of the apartments, the prices are changing. So that's why they mentioned the minimum and then the maximum. So in between, you also have some options between them. Then comes up to 1 plus 1, which is 66 meters square and goes up 82 meters squares. It starts from 660,000 Turkish lira and goes up to 815,000 Turkish lira. 2 plus 1 are ranging from like the meter squares are starting from 108 meter squares goes to 149 meter squares. The price ranges are 1,065,000 Turkish lira and goes up to 1,570,000 Turkish lira. And the delivery date is December 2022, which is like almost 1.5 years from now. So these are the price offers, or let's say the payment plans for this project. I hope you liked this video, and I hope you would have a clear idea about what this project is about and how you can go for it according to your financial budget, let's say, or let's say the delivery terms, each and everything. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comment section. We will be really pleased to answer them. We're following up. We really like your feedback. Please do give us your feedback because this is basically for you guys. And if we get some answers from you all, it's going to basically help us to understand what are actually the needs of clients coming from another country and asking for something. So it helps us to first of all provide them the information which they need and they're let's suppose obliged to have would like to have in their home country without even coming first of all, because right now, you know, because of this pandemic situation again breaking down, people are also right now buying online and like they're because they want to evaluate their time. They don't want to waste their 1 week or 2 week of their working days and something, but at the same time they want to evaluate their opportunities as well. So it's basically for them. Of course, you guys are more and let's say we feel pleasure assisting you guys when you guys come here. We'll take you to the property. We'll show you each and everything on your visuals. After that, you decide which you in which project, in which block, in which apartment you're interested in. But if in case you don't have time, you can follow up these. They're exact the same prices which you will get here as well. So I hope you like the video. I hope it's helpful for you all. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video. Thank you.